That's how ready I am.
We're about to find out what this discussion is about. Let me bring the mic over.
So, I wanted to have this discussion with Jason in the room.
Yo, that's me.
I am on the island of the only reason why so many anime shows are as popular as they are is because anime fans have no fucking taste.
Ooh, hot takes. Oh man, okay.
Guys, I'm gonna say it. My Hero Academia is so fucking average. It is so middle lane, unoffensive, does not challenge the audience in any way. It is just a feel-good anime, which sure have a place, but it did not need 6 or 7 fucking seasons.
It's still going.
My god.
It's great. Season 6 is crazy because it takes that feel-good anime, because you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And what I love about the show so much is it does that on purpose. Because the whole point is to take that feel-good anime and flip it on its head.
Like Attack on Titan style, or
no? Because Attack on Titan came out right away and did it. They're like, here's your expectations. Here's how we're going to do it. My Hero did the long game. They're like, we want you to get comfortable and feel comfortable with these characters. We want these characters to become comfort characters for you. And then we're going to put these characters through hell.
Did they just Game of Thrones it or something? Like, it's like, boom, like, 3 main characters are dead. The dude that goes very fast, dead. The chick that can, float, dead. Like, just bam, bam. And everyone's like, I don't know how to handle this emotionally.
It gets crazy because of how they execute it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It still is mid.
Also,
like, as far as, like...
It's so mid.
New generation.
It's just got a neat art style that people
Also, Deco fucking sucks. Holy shit, I hate Deco.
Okay,
he is like 50% of the reason why I
Stop
can't watch that show.
crying!
I was like, dude, grow some fucking balls and handle your shit.
Yeah.
And this is as like I am an anime fan. I do watch the anime. I do the thing where you participate in watching. So I enjoy the anime. However, with My Hero Academia, I feel like there were scenes that were decent. I think my favorite scene with My Hero Academia is All Might versus All for One. But that's because I like Superman. So of course I'm one of it's a very Superman-y trope that they use in that fight. And that's something I can appreciate. I'm like, that's cool. But as far as a lot of animes go, a lot of animes are just kind of feel-good mid-shows to just kind of get you through the day. Well, they're not revolutionary.
Those are the shows, and that's another reason why I have like such a hard time getting into anime, is because anime has like 5 plots that they just reuse and repaint with every show.
I keep telling you, now that we might get off on a little tangent, but Spy X Family, holy shit, it's funny.
Spy X Family?
It's a good
show.
Is it like Hunter x Hunter, where it's just Hunter x Hunter, or is it Spy X Family?
It's probably Spy Family.
Okay.
In all fairness, but just the show is so. It has the anime trope of like, this is our ridiculous setup. Mm-hmm. A lot of animes will do that, where they'll give you like this crazy setup that would never ever realistically happen.
Yeah.
But my God, it's so silly and unapologetic about it. Like, you can tell in the way that they frame a lot of their shots and a lot of the cinematography, it's unapologetic about how, like, not ambitious, but like just outrageous it is. Because you have the world's like James Bond, right? Detective. Yeah. Well, not detective, but spy, right? Mm-hmm. He is in a situation where he's like, I spent all my life becoming a ghost, becoming a no one. I can never, have a family like this guy or that guy. I can never settle down. And it's like, so, your next mission, start a family. And he's like, okay. And so, who does he find? The first woman that he ends up really coming into contact with to marry just so happens to have a secondary life of being a hit assassin.
Wow.
Who goes out on contracts and kills people. He adopts a daughter who, by the way, can fucking read minds, and
Just
then
so happens.
and then their dog can see the future. Like, I shit you not, it's
What a bizarre show.
it is a super
So
bizarre,
much fun.
but
Sounds
it,
just like anime.
but it is so funny. It is so funny, and especially with the little girl Anya, who is obviously the one that can read minds, because she knows all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's an anime that I can appreciate, because that's what anime should be capable of. It's just like, here's a bunch of wacky shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It's fun. It's a fun ride.
Yes.
Have a good time with it.
exactly.
Or it could be like, some animes are like really challenging to watch because they make you question yourself and humanity as a whole.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's the sort of, but like anime, like all of the most popular animes, it's become so fucking formulaic.
It's a very
You know,
quantity over
the-
quality.
The anime is
Yeah.
going to become the new MCU.
Yeah, ooh, hot takes.
You can take that as an omission of court if you sue me. Like, anime is going to become on par with
It's gonna
the
become
MCU.
it's gonna become the generic sludge.
Yeah, it's going to become on par
I
with
mean,
the
you
MCU.
already have the anime tropes.
Yes, that's
And I
true.
mean, and
I'm
that's
so
basically
fucking,
what it is.
I'm so fucking sick of isekais, guy. I'm
Oh,
so
man.
sick of them.
oh,
It's the
a man being
same-
teleported to a random location.
A man
Yeah.
being teleported, let me guess, he's incredibly overpowered and there's no challenge in the entire
There,
show.
okay,
so,
there is one show that I think did isekai right. To be fair, it's one of the few isekais that I've seen, and that is ReZero. And the main reason why, because I've talked to you
Well,
about
you did
this,
talk to me about that.
because I just love the trauma that they give this guy. He doesn't have mini powers. He has he can make a smoke bomb,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's not much as far as powers are concerned. When you look at other like isekai characters, but with him, it was like it's like, okay, so we get to teleport this man to a fantasy world where he gets to find all these cute anime girls that need him to do a task, and it's like, okay, this sounds pretty mid, and it's like, now watch him get brutally murdered 17 times. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going that direction.
My favorite overpowered anime show is Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho. I've heard of that.
It's because I keep recommending you to watch
That's
it.
true. That's true.
I think it's the same studio that does My Hero, but they do, in my opinion, they do the animation quality for Mob Psycho is just top tier. It is so good, and it's the same author of One Punch Man, and it's the same universe as One Punch Man. But One Punch Man was made as a parody to kind of point out all the anime tropes
Right.
and
My
how
thing is,
stupid they are.
You can have overpowered characters
Sure.
because you can still make conflict out of that.
You can make a conflict of character
Yeah.
rather than a conflict of power.
And that's
conflict of
what
character
Mob Psycho
rather-
does
That's what
so
it's
well.
all about, because it can be because it's sort of like, if you want to do an overpowered character, don't make it about the protagonist. Then
Right.
don't make
Yeah.
it about him. Make it about all the side characters that he
yeah.
interacts
You know,
with.
since we're on your hot takes, what animes have you seen that you would clarify as mid? What are your examples? What are your receipts?
Well, okay, so I just gave an example, My Hero Academia.
yes.
My Skeleton Warrior in Another World, or it's something like that. It's like,
That sounds like an isekai.
yeah, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. So fucking mid. And it's just like it's so many, and these are all like isekais. I think that's what I think. I just got burned out on isekais, where it's just like, I'm looking at all of these characters, and they're just the same. They just blend together.
I will tell you, ReZero second season not as good as the first.
Yeah.
Okay, and
not
that's
hot.
another. If you're gonna make an overpowered character, do like an Incredible Hulk thing, where it's like the power is a curse of its own.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with that.
Yes.
And you can do so many interesting things with that. But like, so many isekais are just like, I'm super powerful, there's no conflict, and basically nothing happens.
Yeah.
What I like about Mob Psycho so much, and the premise behind it basically, is that the main character is an overpowered psychic.
Yeah.
So he's just he's untouched by anyone in the universe, as far as raw power.
Right.
However, he's a pacifist, so he doesn't like using all the power that he has, and so every episode is about him trying to keep his emotions and stuff under control, But like if he ever gets too stressed or too overwhelmed, you know, there's like a percentage counter, and that's why it's called Mob Psycho 100. It's because like you count from like 1 to 100, and you can kind of see like, and the show does this really interesting thing where like different things will happen in the show that will cause him stress. It's like when something happens, it'll be like it'll take his stress level from like 50 to 70, and you're like, exactly, you're like, oh shit, we're getting close to him like losing his shit on somebody. And then you know that when that happens, it's just going to be crazy no matter what the situation is.
That reminds me of Psycho Pass, that anime, which was like basically the anime version of Minority Report, where they would analyze your like psychosis and see how far along you are. And if you're too far, the gun will literally just kill you.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the premise, I guess, of the sci-fi universe they lived in. It was pretty neat. It was I don't really remember much from it, which I feel like is a problem I have with a lot of animes. A lot of animes, like, I'll enjoy the show when I'm watching it, but when I try to recall anything that happens, it's just like, I don't know. I've totally forgotten what has happened. With Spy Family, I feel like there's a good bit of fillers. However, there are moments in that show that are genuinely fun and very interesting. It's a show that me and Shay have been watching recently, and they're almost out with their season 3. But it's a very kind of heartwarming, fun. It's not at all like any sort of, because I either like something like ReZero or Attack on Titan where it's like kill everyone, or it's gonna be Spy Family where it's just an adorable little silly show.
I'm sick of harems.
Yes.
So fucking sick.
Dude,
of
I was so mad when they did that. When they did that with Sword Art.
We get it. You get bitches.
Stop doing harems,
I understand.
guys.
You want to fucking get laid. I get it.
And the worst part, the worst fucking shit when they do harems is that they make the protagonist like this weird, awkward, shoots blood out of his nose 16-year-old who's never even seen a boob.
Right.
And they make him, and everyone just rides that guy's dick. You know, for an anime that I did not like at all, I did like how Sword Art Online just gave, what's his fucking name? Kirito. They just gave Kirito and Asuna just a healthy sexual relationship.
Just a nice, honest chick.
Just a nice, honest chick. They're in a healthy sexual relationship. They're like in their older teens, 17 to 18 range.
They don't bang all the time.
They don't fuck all the time.
Like they don't even actually show them banging at all.
He's not awkward about his like sexual attraction.
No,
where it's like
he's like, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's like, wow, they actually did the thing that animes never do, which is they actually had a romantic relationship.
Yeah,
and then he also has like 70 bitches on the side.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god,
accidentally.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me something that I hated about that show. The fucking scorned bitches like club. Like all the women
we got Leafa, we got Silica,
all the women that
we all fell for him, but he rejected us all. But we still hang out with him.
They literally made a club.
Season 2 gave us like 2 more bitches to add on top of it.
They literally formed a club, a scorned women's club, where they're just like, we didn't make the cut.
The funny thing is the in the later seasons, it's just the scorned women's club being pissed that Asuna gets so much time with Kirito. They're like, why does she get all the attention? It's like, it's because he's dating her, you fucking idiot.
Okay. Let's not make this about Sword Art Online because I could spend a whole episode talking about Sword Art Online.
That show, like, as much as I enjoy the show, because
you enjoyed it.
I have the fucking foam like.
Listen,
Kirito
Jeremy,
sword.
I will forgive you for that because you had enjoyed it as a 14-year-old.
Yes.
It was perfectly marketed as a 14-year-old's power fantasy.
Yes.
So
makes sense.
So it's like you were the exact audience for that show.
It's also like a good base of your like romantic life too.
True.
So, like, you have nothing.
You found your Asuna.
I did.
But yeah, I'm so fucking tired of like awkward.
Riley's
teenagers.
over here living the actual harem.
Yeah, I actually did have a harem.
For real.
And I had to cut them off.
See, this is why Riley's like, this is why I hate all these mid-harem animes. It's because it's not feasible.
Yeah, it's like, guys, you cannot handle that much pussy at once. You can't juggle that much pussy at once, guys. It's like, you do not have that much free time or energy.
You wonder why the protagonist is always exhausted, and Riley's like, I get it now. It's exhausting.
This is why I support pimps, because that is an exhausting business, and they have to manage all of that.
Hashtag pimp life matters.
Yeah. I support my local pimps.
And so should you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of like awkward teenagers who's never seen a boob. I just want once. For once, I want to see an anime about like a guy who's comfortable in his own sexuality and he has just a healthy sexual relationship with another person.
That's why it was
instead of like a lady's like strap will fall off her shoulder and show like a quarter of a titty, and he'll just like fucking shoot blood out of his cock because he just got such a hard boner from that.
That's the one thing that I did appreciate about SAO is that in that show, you know, there's so many animes where they hint at a relationship and then nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And they just, you know, they leave you with the blue balls of wondering, did they ever actually get together?
Yeah.
And no, in Sword Art Online, it's like halfway through the show, it's like, boom, I love you. And everyone's like, whoa. And it's like, I love you too. And everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah. A lot of the mid shows, when you ask me what shows are mid,
Yeah.
A lot of those examples are examples that my brother Braden recommended to me. However, I do not trust his judgment because there was one anime that he told me was super awesome. Game is Life, and I was just like,
Me neither.
no. If you guys have, I'm pretty sure it's Game of Life, but it's like it's about a brother and a sister. They're like pro gamers. They're like super fucking awesome. They get it's an isekai. They get teleported to a world where like gamers rule, the gamers rise up, I guess.
Gamers rise up.
I'm just like, okay, Braden is an anime fan. He might know what good shit is. I watched this show, by the way, this was like years ago, but I watched this show. I think within 90 seconds, a 12-year-old girl gets a panty shot. A panty shot of a 12-year-old child. A literal
I think we need to
child.
I think we need to have some talks with Braden.
I was just like, I'm not watching this. I didn't make it past the first episode.
Good.
Good on you.
I was just like, okay, panty shot of a 12-year-old, strike one. You will not get another one.
No.
Within the first fucking episode.
And within 90 seconds, like at that point, you're like, yep, nope, I'm going to put a pause.
Within the first episode, and then like just a few minutes after that, awkward incestual brother-sister relationship.
No.
I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired of this.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that's another. Actually, I'm not gonna say that my game is Life. I'm not gonna say that's mid. That's straight up fucking shitty.
That's trash.
That is trash.
Absolute garbage.
You know what I really like?
Even when Sword Art tried to do
I was
that,
like,
that shit.
it gets better. I don't want it to get better.
See, even when I was a 14-year-old kid watching Sword Art Online, and they did the whole thing with was it Sugua looking at Kirito, and she's like, you know, because I was loving Kirito instead, and you know, and I used to love you, and I put off my feelings. I sat there, and as a kid, I was like, hold the fuck up. I'm like, that's like your first cousin.
Yeah.
This is territory we don't need across Japan.
Yeah. I'm just like, Japan, what is your obsession with incest?
It's because it's just a small island.
It's a small. It's like it's sort of like I'm not sure which country it is. It might be Denmark or like one of those Scandinavian sort of like countries where it's like they literally have an app that you can download that lets you know how related you are to another citizen of Denmark. Because here's the thing, it's not a matter of if you're related. It's a matter of how distantly you're related.
Jesus Christ.
It's such an isolated island, and their population is so small and
that is so
isolated.
homogenous.
Yeah, it's so homogenous. They're just like, yeah, we have to develop an app to avoid inbreeds.
Jace, your thoughts?
On inbreeding?
Sure.
Yes.
Inbreeding and anime.
Yeah. Do you think we should see more of it in anime?
Absolutely.
And why? No.
Absolutely. I'm waiting for the Alabama anime where it's...
Yeah, we need a Duck Dynasty anime version.
For real. I'm excited for season 3
I would
of
watch
Fire
it.
Force.
I would watch it. I would at least give
Absolutely.
it a first. I would give it the first 2 episodes.
It's just that Chad, like Japanese, but with like a really long beard, and he's like
Yeah.
hunting a deer.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
just sitting in a boat in a swamp.
I tell you what, you know, if I don't get this deer, I might not make it past winter.
It's like made up reality TV
Yeah,
conflict.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to season 3 of Fire Force.
Oh yeah. I thought about I need to watch that. I have a couple on my list. My brother actually gives some pretty good suggestions because he watched a lot of anime. but he sifts through a lot of the mid, and he's like, hey, look at all the ones, look at these ones instead, and all the ones that he's shown me that I've actually watched, I'm like, man, this is actually pretty good. I'm glad I finally decided to sit down and watch it. So he has some good suggestions. I'll probably forward them your way just so you can take a gander at them. But as far as anime goes, the problem with anime is there's a huge quantity. There's so much anime out there to consume.
And that's the thing is, I just like,
and it's just quantity over quality.
different people are going to enjoy different types of anime.
Yeah, they're just throwing it
when
out there.
anime became like popular and within like the pop culture and the mainstream pop culture, it became so oversaturated with just like all anything. You can just make anything.
Yep.
And now they're just repainting the same 5 plots over and over again, just giving each show a different plot. I was like, okay, what do we got? Yeah, fuck it. They can handle another isekai.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
You've seen Soul Eater, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't finish it, but
You gotta finish Soul Eater.
It's not bad.
I liked Soul Eater a lot.
It was
Soul Eater was so good. I'm so glad that Jeremy got me to watch it. But like, Fire Force apparently is the prequel.
Right. Which is interesting.
They're going through how the world was created to be that way, and like,
dude, if a Kishin gets dropped in Fire Force, I'm gonna have to binge the whole show.
I'm telling you, you should binge the show now because like the animation style on it too, it's got like god tier animation. Like it's just so good and it's crisp, and I love that manga artist and the way he draws his mangas,
right?
And the way that it's adapted to the anime, because there's a level of creepiness to it.
Yes.
That I just enjoy.
Oh my god,
from
that is the cool thing about Soul Eater. Getting on a little Soul Eater tangent, is that it weirdly combines like a children's cartoon with creepy insanity. Yeah. And it blends it into one. It's so off-putting, but also friendly at the same time. It's a very weird art style. It's really interesting.
One of the things I like about the main character in Fire Force is that he has this condition where anytime he feels uncomfortable, he smiles. Like he can't help but smile in uncomfortable situations.
Right.
So like terrible things will be happening, or he'll be doing like really badass or bad things, but he's just got this devil smile.
Or a quarter of a titty pops out.
Yeah.
He's like, no. It's like, why are you smiling? I can't help it.
Well, yeah, they do play jokes upon that too, because there's the fan service that all anime does.
Oh yes. Yeah.
But they address it by him being like, he has that creepy smile that happens. He's like, I just can't help it.
Well, I'm currently in the process of writing a light novel for manga and anime.
Oh, that's awesome!
Big news.
Big news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what is it about?
It's about it's an isekai.
Speaking of, I'm so sick of fucking isekais. Let me write one.
A part of the machine. I see how it is.
Yeah, I'm just another cog in the machine, man. I'm just exploiting these corporations just to get mine. Fuck you. But no, it's an anime, like, and this is a big like theme that you see in me, is that there's no ends to what I will accomplish if it means fighting another thing. So
I hate all isekais. Let me show you how it's done,
basically. So I'm writing an anime to make fun of other animes, basically. I wrote a scene where it's like one of the characters, like, he just sort of gets like the wrong hotel room. He's like, all right, I think this is it. He like walks in. There's like, you see a woman, like barely clothed, getting ready to go to bed. Shimmer, the lights, the water. Like, she's so fucking oily.
It's like a WWE
It's
contest.
like WWE, just so glimmering. And you see like the slow-mo like realization on his face, and his eyes widen, and you see like his cheeks blush a little bit, and then just like quick transition. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is wrong room. And he just walks away.
So you're almost pulling like a Ryan Johnson of just subverting the expectations in that way. Yeah. Like, oh, this is going away. Oh, never mind.
I'm subverting expectations to specifically disappoint you. That's the Ryan Johnson maneuver.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds actually
But
interesting.
you asked me about the plot.
Yes.
So basically, the synopsis is a group of D&D players who've been playing together for a long time get isekai to another world, and the first episode is them just building their characters.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a whole
Would love to work on it.
It's a whole 30-minute episode of just watching like 6 people build their characters, and because the whole point of the making fun of it, the whole reason why it's an isekai is because I'm tired of isekais where like people go to another world and they're just super powerful.
Right.
This isekai is not about like their power; it's about how well they synergize their abilities together and work as a team, which is something I don't think is shown enough.
Right.
Where it's like you have like I guess like characters that are just there, just kind of there and have like
Yeah.
a utility, but you have like the one dude who's like the most super
Right.
cock out, balls out, rock out kind of guy, and he's just like, yeah, he could basically handle the situation on his own, but we have to give these characters some fucking starlight.
Right.
It's like, no, every single character in this group is necessary because I will be writing an episode where one of them gets down and it fucks up the whole formula and mechanic of this team.
That would be cool.
And it's
Yeah.
like every single character is important.
It'd be good, especially if it's a character that most people would think would be
Yeah, it's like,
normally useless.
No, our assassin is down. Damn it, the Grave Cleric. He can't without the
Without-
assassin.
right.
His ability it just kind of becomes null.
Yeah.
Or it becomes like much less powerful because it's like this play. Well, not a play. It was like this maneuver that some characters, some of my players did, where it's like they had the assassin. So, surprise sneak attack, gets critted. Assassin level 17, sneak attack and gets double damage if the target fails a saving throw. So it's like sneak attack, double dice, double damage. So you can imagine how powerful this is.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
So one of the other players, he was like, "Oh, you're doing assassin? Okay, I'll do grave cleric because at second level they get an ability that gives your enemies vulnerability to all damage from the next attack, which doubles it again."
Fucking hell.
So I was just like, that was actually a huge inspiration because I want to make an anime that honored that
Yeah.
character building
That's
of like
cool.
two people working together to make an incredibly powerful team.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
I was like, oh, you're doing a sneak attack, double dice, double damage with the criticals. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna do grave cleric, so that way with this ability, that all gets doubled yet again.
Fantastic.
That's so cool.
That's OP as shit. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I just love that. So basically, that's all I wanted to say. Is like I wanted to talk about why I think anime fans have no taste.
Yeah.
You're not gamma males.
No, you gotta get on our level,
No,
man.
you-
Get
you-
Gamma.
You gotta
Gotta
take
get
you gotta
gamma.
take pride in the fact that your fandoms suck. You
For
guys are
real.
You gotta take pride in that. You can't try to convince people that they're not shitty.
Here,
Yeah.
Alright.
let me.
That's called
alpha energy.
That's called coping.
You want a real hot take?
Yeah.
Sakura is a better protagonist than Naruto.
Whoa. That's some big takes there, buddy.
I think you just
Listen.
caused more wars than I just did.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that I think I can hear the
Listen.
bombs going off.
Mhm.
Listen, the whole point of Naruto as a show was Kashi Kirimoto put up the idea that which one is better, hard work or talent.
Well,
And
you know,
originally that the whole thing was signified by the Neji versus Naruto fight, which was hands down a brilliant fight, one of the
sure.
biggest fights
Yeah.
in anime history. But the whole premise of the show was that can you be, strong without, starting off without nothing and working up to it.
Mhm.
And that was the show, which was great that's when it was. But then we come to find out that, not only is Naruto the offspring of two of the strongest ninjas in Konoha history, not only is Naruto have the Nine-Tailed Beast, which is canonically stronger than every other beast combined. Not only that, but he is, the fucking reincarnation of God itself. And so, that whole hard work and shit goes right out the window.
Goes very flat.
In comparison,
That's why I don't like the war arc.
In comparison, Sakura, her parents aren't even shinobi. Her parents are not even shinobi. She comes from nowhere. She comes from nothing.
She could barely do hardly any of the jutsus. She's well renowned to be known as a useless person. But you know what?
She still learns.
But towards the end, she actually becomes a fucking beast. And honestly, I feel like there's only one character that might be able to do better than Sakura, and that's my fucking guy, Rock Lee.
Yeah.
I'm a Rock Lee man. He's my
Rock
guy.
Lee stand
It's like
forever.
It's
Yeah.
like the wizard versus sorcerer. It's like,
Yeah.
sure, you have all this power, but you lack experience.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did Bane's voice. For
I
that,
did-
but-
Obviously.
born in the wizardry. I was molded by it.
Like, you merely adopted the arcane arts. I was born into them,
Molded by him.
Oh man, but yeah. So that is our takes on anime. If you want to
Takes
see
on
more,
anime.
let us know. So
I didn't understand the mundane world until I was already man, and when I did, it was nothing but dumb as shit to me.
we'll catch y'all guys later. All right. Bye.